What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 75 hard challenge, okay? And if you don't know what the 75 hard is, by the end of this video you'll have an idea of what it is, what you need to do to complete it, and my reason why I decided to take on this challenge. So the 75 hard day challenge is a mental toughness / discipline challenge, and it was created by the CEO of First Form. His name is Andy Friscella. Andy is also the host of the MFCEO Project, which is one of the top entrepreneurial business podcasts available right now. And if you guys haven't heard of him or his podcast or his businesses, definitely check him out. He pushes out a ton of encouraging content, motivational content that'll kind of get you in the right headspace to attack whatever goals or dreams or anything that you are trying to achieve in your life. So he came up with this 75-day challenge, and basically he's a believer that mental toughness and discipline can be learned by anybody, whether you are average Joe or you are a top 1% billionaire. In my opinion as well, I think mental toughness can be learned by anybody. I think it's a matter of accountability and discipline, like we have said, but it's one of those things that now when you apply these 5 tactics or these 5 daily habits, obviously it's not the easy thing to do, right? Most people say that breaking a habit takes 21 days. So if you are a cigarette smoker or a soda drinker, it's going to take you 21 days to kind of break that habit. But now if you think about what his challenge is about, 75 days, so we're almost 3xing that 21 days, a little bit over that. And what that does is now those habits, right? The habits that we're going to talk about that you need to complete every single day, they start to become part of your routine. As humans, we are all creatures of habit, right? We all have that routine that we do in the morning, whether it's brushing your teeth first, or some people check their phones first, or check on their dogs or their kids. We all have those habits that are part of our day-to-day lives that we just do without even realizing. So this challenge is going to kind of open up your eyes in terms of what you can start achieving within a 24-hour day. And also, you're going to start picking up on good habits that will hopefully stay consistent even after you are done with the 75-day challenge. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about the 5 components of the 75 hard that you need to complete before going to sleep each night. The first one will be picking a diet and staying consistent with it over the 75 days, okay? And it doesn't matter if you go keto, low carb, Mediterranean, pescatarian, vegan, whatever diet you decide to choose based on your nutritional goals or your fitness goals. You got to make that decision. But part of that diet is now also going to be no alcohol consumption. And that is a really tough one, especially if you do like having a glass of wine or a beer at dinner or even before dinner. No alcohol consumption, and also no cheat meals. Okay, so we're talking about, candy, any processed sugars, ice cream, or anything that you would know or isn't that good for you. No alcohol, no cheat meals after you pick that diet. The next component is going to be working out twice a day, and there has to be 2 45-minute workouts. One of the workouts has to be outside, okay? And the main reason for that is obviously whether it's summer or wintertime as you're watching this video, it's going to be cold or it's going to be super hot. If you're blessed to watch this in the fall or spring where it's a little bit cooler, lucky you. But one workout has to be outside, and obviously the point of that is to kind of get you in an uncomfortable environment, right? We can't all be in the comfort of a gym where it's air conditioned, or the comfort of our own home where we can be comfortable in the environment that we're in. So working out outside forces you to kind of soak in that environment. So for the workouts, at least one of them has to be outside. If you want to do both outside, that is okay as well, but one of them has to be outside. And the options for the workouts, they don't have to be too crazy intense workouts, because obviously twice a day for 75 days, that's a lot of working out. But if you want to go on for a walk, or if you want to do yoga, or you want to do a core workout or whatever it is, they don't have to be too crazy hardcore workouts. So just keep that in mind. As long as one of the workouts is outside and both of them are 45 minutes, you are good to go. Number 3 is you have to drink 1 gallon of water per day. And I know that sounds crazy because it's a lot of water, and you will probably be going to the bathroom every 45 minutes, just like I do. I might have to go right now really quick. But no, seriously, the water is a big deal. I mean, obviously as humans, we all need it, but water consumption through this challenge is going to be critical. It's going to start flushing out your system of all the toxins that you have. Depending on how you want to consume your water, I typically like to get a hydro flask or a jug of water and consume that. You can do water bottles, but in my opinion, it's just a little bit harder to kind of track it. Or it's going to be right around 3.8 to 4 liters of water or you can just get a gallon jug and just chug that. Number 4 is you need to read 10 pages of a self-help, nonfiction entrepreneurial book. And the thought process of this is that you want to just continue growing, right? And most people, I believe 60% of college graduates never read another book after they get their degree, right? So if you think about that, almost 2/3 of America that has a college degree never taps into reading another book. The point of that, consistently growing and not getting comfortable where you are, having a growth mindset throughout the 75 days, you will get a lot of reading done. But throughout that process, you're going to continue to grow and self-educate yourself, which is one of the best things you can do as people. Number 5, and this is the last part of the 75 hard, is going to be taking a progress picture every single day. For men, typically trying to do it with your shirts off and in shorts so you can kind of track the progress of your body and kind of how it's improving. For any females out there, it would be kind of being in a sports bra or shorts or in a bikini and kind of tracking how your body is looking and progressing over that 75-day period. The reason Andy brings up taking progress pictures every day is that most people that do not like taking pictures is because they're uncomfortable with how they look or they're not comfortable being in front of the camera, right? So as you take this picture every single day over a 75-day period, what you look like on day 1 will be completely different than what you look like on day 75. And I think that's the whole thought process is don't worry about what it looks like the first day. Continuing to be consistent with your routine, you will see a much different person physically, but also mentally and emotionally by that last day of the challenge. So the last hidden rule in the 75 hard challenge is that you need to complete all 5 components. And if you don't complete even one of them, then you have to restart to day 1. So what does that mean? So let's just say if you forgot to take a progress picture on day 55, unfortunately, you have to go back to day 1. If you had a 40-minute workout inside and then a 30-minute workout outside, well, you didn't hit 2 45-minute workouts, so you need to start back to day 1. It could be as little as you read 8 pages instead of 10, right? So obviously, it sounds super tedious, like, oh my God, like I can't just add a day onto the end. That's not the point, right? The point is to keep yourself accountable. And it seems very tedious and petty, but those little differences of the details will separate yourself because now you understand what accountability and self-discipline looks like. Because when you can hold yourself accountable to restarting, it kind of shows you, obviously, your honesty and your ability to kind of self-reflect and be self-aware to understand that you need to restart. So the reason that I wanted to do this challenge was, one, we are all in quarantine right now, and I just figured that it would be one of the best times to do it where there's not many distractions. No friends tell me to go out to DC with them or going out to get drinks, the bar or happy hour. So it really made that part of the workout easy. And I think that I honestly do a lot of these things in my day-to-day routine already. I'm a personal trainer, so I work out a good amount, and I was reading a good amount already, and I typically only drink water. So I think for me, it was really testing my own self-discipline and accountability to now actually have a checklist of items that I need to check off every single day. And I think that's the hardest thing, is doing this for an extended period of time on a consistent basis is one of the hardest parts. Sometimes these habits or these components of the challenge, they can become secondary. But I think really when we're all in quarantine right now, it's an awesome opportunity to, one, challenge your own mental toughness and your mental discipline to come out a better version of yourself as we all get out of quarantine and back to our day-to-day routine and lives. And I think that's the best thing that anyone can do right now, is to grow and develop your own skills, right? Whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional or spiritual. That has been one of the best things that I've been able to do doing this challenge, and also just over quarantine when we do have more time to be self-isolated. Quick tip that I have for anyone that is listening to this is understand your why and the reasoning that you want to attempt this or do this, because I think that's going to be what pushes you to actually be disciplined and accountable to yourself, because it is almost 2.5 months of staying consistent to these habits. And it is something that at the end of it, you will feel empowered. And if you have done this challenge already, if you want to attempt it again, maybe do it with a friend or a significant other to help better them, it's an awesome thing to do to kind of bring someone else up with you, because you know what it's like when you're kind of in the middle of it. And sometimes when you're doing this on your own, it is nice having that other person, a friend, family member that's kind of pushing you and help motivating you when you might be down and out. I hope you guys liked the video and were able to gain some value and insight out of what the 75 hard challenge is. I highly recommend checking Andy Fricella's podcast where he talks about the 75 hard and it explains it out perfectly. It's about 45 minutes. I'll drop that link in the comment section below. I hope you guys were able to gain some value out of the video. And if you did, I would love if you hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, hit that bell icon so you guys can be notified when I push out my next video. I will be having a culmination video talking about my experience doing the 75 hard. That'll be coming out in a couple weeks as I come to a close of the 75 hard challenge. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.